Well, good morning, everybody. From Matt here in Port Huron. I have made it back to the Blue Water Bridge. Let me bring you over here just to show you. Here's the Thomas Edison statue, which I will talk a little bit more about shortly. He was born and raised here in Port Huron. There's the Convention and Visitor Bureau over there. There's the Thomas Edison Museum. But as you know, what I've come here for is this. Welcome to the Blue Water Bridge. So let me orient you a little bit. That is Lake Huron in the distance. The southern end of it, one of the 5 Great Lakes, the second largest, the third deepest. This is the St. Clair River that flows out of Lake Huron down to Lake St. Clair that way. And then Detroit, the Detroit River into Lake Erie and around that way. All of the Great Lakes freighters that go to Toledo, Cleveland, Erie, any of those come right through here. I love the blue lights on the bridge. That's, for those of you that know me, know that that's my favorite color. Or like my Christmas lights. Just a historic plaque here talking about the building of the bridge over the river. I want to show you how fast this current is. That's one thing where that huge Lake Huron empties out here into St. Clair River. Look how fast that water's moving. And it's very deep here for all the freighters to come by. People do a lot of diving and fishing along here. This is the Port Huron waterfront. It's a beautiful area. And as many of you know, this is Port Huron's number 2 on my list of places to move. I was here last August before I had my knee surgeries. And now that I've had both knee surgeries, I'm back. Let's sit down and just enjoy the sunrise. One of the more memorable visuals that I enjoyed last year. So looking over there, that is Canada. The town over there is Sarnia. So they go in that way and then come back to the USA this way. Took me just about 2 hours to get here from Perrysburg. There's already some boats out racing along the river there. You can see a lot of the industrial area down there. That's Marine City in the distance, a suburb of Port Huron. In fact, let's walk a little bit up here. Some seagulls welcoming me back to Port Huron. It probably doesn't look like it on the live feed, but this is absolutely huge. For those of you that have been here and know how extravagantly big this bridge is. It's not as big as the Mackinac, but there's a semi coming back from Canada. I pointed out to my friend Kristen last night, there's some lights on that bridge that tell the freighters when it's free to pass, like there's no obstruction out there on Lake Huron, and vice versa coming in here to the St. Clair River. Nice little parking spot there for free. Morning, ma'am.
Morning.
You have to really be careful when you come up here to Port Huron because that last exit, you have to make sure you're in the right lane. Otherwise, you're going to Canada, and I didn't bring my passport with me today. I always have this fear I'm going to drop my phone in the river, so I don't want to get too close, lest I trip or something. But I just want to show you how fast that current is. I think what I'm going to do is break these live feeds up into two. And the second one, because I want to get some pictures and shorts in between, and then I'll bring it back on for the actual sunrise. We're in St. Clair County, otherwise known as the Thumb Coast here. The Fort Horatio Lighthouse is up there. That's International Park. You see those flags right there. I'm going to do another live feed up there shortly, but this is really the reason I came back. When I came here the first time last August, I absolutely loved it. Fell in love with Port Huron. The UP is still first, but this very plausibly could be my new home. So I identified 3 apartments that I'm going to go look at. I already talked with 2 of them. So I think I'm going to do is end this first one, and then I'm going to do a second one of just the sunrise, kind of just a listening only type thing. So let's do that. Just want to let you know I'm all here, and then I'll bring you back on in a few minutes.